Well, Laura, just after 5 this afternoon, a fire was reported at this building right behind me. It's the Ballantyne apartment complex, which is made up of 9 different buildings, all of them under construction. Building 6 has the most damage, and we learned that that building was just a few months away from being completed. Now, there were also some drywallers working on the building when the 3-alarm fire broke out, but luckily, they were all able to get out without injury.
Get CDLs.
On the west side of that building, you see a lot of fire.
Flames and smoke filled the sky as this building under construction burned.
Engine 72, engine 31.
So see the smoke coming up?
Onlookers watched in amazement.
So what they're doing is they're fighting the fire from up above, so they're trying to get as much water on it from up above to be able to put it out.
So it doesn't expand, and so the building doesn't collapse.
The steam is coming more.
Marilyn Hill Nance is a public adjuster who works with insurance companies on fires just like this one.
Covered with one of those arrows.
You always have to be careful around matches.
She just happened to be driving by with her kids.
And as they start put more and more water on there, and you see the water coming up over here, and then you see the white flames coming up, that means that they're actually winning against the fire.
The west side of that building, you see a lot of fire.
Firefighters bravely battled the blaze and quickly reduced the flames to smoke.
They're winning. They are. They're winning. They're doing a really good job.
Members of the ATF will be out here tomorrow, and we're told that's because due to the magnitude of the damage, the local fire department needs them for manpower. Now, that damage is estimated to be around $1 million.
Mr. Wertheimer. Oh. Hi. Is it time to do that thing? Okay, thanks. You know, sequencing and safety go together. Into frame, positive action. Into frame, out of frame, negative action. Into frame, positive action, into frame. Into frame again, tight shot transitions. Looking up for power lines, obstructions. Into frame again, positive action, going from one side of the screen to the other. Continuity, one side of the screen to the other. Positive action. Over the shoulder shots give a lot of really good perspective. More tight shots. Action. Reaction. Yeah, looking up, checking things still. Continuity, still over this shoulder for that continuity. Big, wide, telling shot, kind of a setup shot. Tight shot again, transition from the wide shot to tight shot. Wide, medium, tight, super tight, into frame, positive action, constantly thinking in continuity from that screen direction, from one side to the other. Notice, still over this shoulder.
Welcome to Screen Direction 101. We're playing Sorry. Don't be sorry with your screen direction. Sequencing. 3, 4. You gotta anticipate. 1, 2, 3. Tight shots tell a story. You gotta shuffle it. That was so bad. Action, reaction. 8. Stay to that side. 1, 2. Watch the line. Don't cross the excess. Yeah. Action. Reaction. Closing shot.
Good job.
Einstein once said that true art takes note not merely of form, but also of what lies behind.
Nice to see you.
What lies behind this unassuming door near Jefferson Park?
Weird music, milk and cookies, and a lot of attitude.
Attitude with no assumptions.
I call these my decompositions.
Renee Farkas has been heading up this life drawing class every Monday and Wednesday for about a decade.
It is an art class that has a lot more to do with it than just art and drawing a figure.
And yes, that figure is...
nude.
I see a girl. A nude girl.
Yeah, naked ladies on a weekly basis, yeah, it's got to be a tough life.
The only thing tough we found was the intensity of speed in the work. You see, the class is 3 hours long, and the model changes poses every few minutes.
It's a matter of trying to translate on the paper what you're seeing as quickly as possible.
19-year-old Tiffany is a regular model here.
I think it's really invigorating, and I feel like I'm supporting local artists and their work.
Can't get too much practice in drawing.
Supporting their work by letting the artists use only permitted tools to take in what they see.
The model gets respect in my class. There's generally, everybody here is a professional, including the model as well.
You may find it strange, but the artists just aren't transfixed on this beautiful model. They turn their talents onto other objects in the room.
Well, that's a fellow that came in tonight and just kind of worked around them.
There are bonuses to the night's activities.
We offer them to the models because we don't have a 401k or dental here, so milk and cookies is our only benefit.
I feel like for the 3 hours that I'm here usually that it's fairly relaxing.
I don't see it as something erotic. I see it as a humanly form.
If great art picks up where nature ends,
the scribble I just tried to capture.
At the end of this night, the great practice of art was in the fact that these folks will be back for more.
3 hours is a lot of time to spend drawing, and I want them to come away with something that they have to show for it.
Good night.
Catch you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
The biggest question you'll have...
Where is Santa Claus?
People will...
Let me pull down a flight plan here.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, where is Santa?
And they'll go...
What do you want for Christmas?
You'll answer, they go, oh, you're a real person.
All right, check Santa. This is Adrian. Can I help you? They've been doing this for about 52 years.
General Bouchard speaking. We've had over 46,000 calls.
Watch out for Santa Claus.
This is a new record.
Your room clean? My name is Adrian McMillan, and I am part of the Spirit of Christmas. You're in Pennsylvania. It all happened by accident, but the greatest accident on earth. It's probably cold there, too. They had, we're advertising for children to call Santa Claus. They were one number off. And the number off led them to NORAD. And
yes, we have a good fix on Santa. Why bother, sir? Why bother tracking Santa Claus, showing him on schedule? One of the most important person on earth. Of course, just because we track Santa doesn't mean we don't do the rest of the work. We're there every day of the year on standby to defend North America.
For one Santa follower, Sam.
Over 1 million visits to the website as well.
Email, absolutely. Technological age.
This is a complete success story.
I don't want to miss Christmas. It'd be a sin.
Have you been good, little girl? Want to know where Santa's going? Then this is the place to find out. And Santa is really coming to town. Merry Christmas. Well, you have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye.
Hawaii in January. It is a place and a time that defines the term paradise. Although even paradise has its seedy side.
If you're supposed to be a minimum, I'm the biggest guy trying to get people out of here to begin with.
Enough of a seedy side here in paradise that Warden Nolan Aspenda says his Honolulu prison has run out of room.
1,046 is our capacity here in this complex right here. And a count this morning is 1220.
Which means about 150 guys are forced to sleep on the floor. That means 3 prisoners in a cell designed for 1. So what does an overcrowded prison in Hawaii have to do with Minnesota? Well, a lot of things, actually. About 661 on this day. That's how many Hawaiian prisoners are doing their time in the frozen prairie of Minnesota.
This isn't a boonies where we at. From Hawaii, we're far from home, you know.
Jay Crisolo is doing 5 years for a Hawaii drug conviction at the Prairie Correctional Facility in Appleton, Minnesota. This private prison employs more than 300 Minnesotans. The state of Hawaii pays them to watch over nearly 700 of its prisoners.
My home, right here.
Here in the Hawaiian version of Siberia.
At home, we got a lot of mountains and stuff. I never see not one mountain.
But it's pretty cold here.
Ooh! Not too much things around except for farms, they said. Yeah.
That's Jason Medeiros. He'll be doing another 9 years for armed robbery, a half an ocean and a half a continent away from his grandmother.
Yeah, we miss seeing him for a while, but you get used to it, and he calls 2-3 times a week.
But the phone is hardly a substitute for seeing him in person.
That's only in Hawaii.
More importantly, seeing some of his personal triumphs. Like in November, when Jason not only earned his GED, he was the jailhouse version of valedictorian.
And our student speaker with the second highest score in PCF history, Mr. Jason Medeiros.
He called right afterward. He was in seventh heaven.
Welcome to this year's graduation ceremony.
No, it's really something for him. It's like a miracle.
The biggest accomplishment of his life, and his mother and grandmother couldn't be here to see it.
With hard work and determination.
You might think that would make him a little resentful of the land of 10,000 lakes, but you're wrong.
No, we live real good over here compared to Hawaii.
But when he says living good, he's not talking about a sauna and a jacuzzi.
3 hots in a cot.
Usually 3 people in a cell.
Warden Espenda back in Hawaii says Jason is talking about something like a bed.
You may think it's geographically far, but a simple thing like being able to have your own bunk sometimes is pretty pleasing to them.
Although if you ask around, it is a little more than that.
For my family and myself.
This graduation ceremony and the program that got guys like Jason a GED is not something they'd get in Hawaii. And inmate Milton Marinos noticed another nice thing about Appleton, Minnesota.
There's a well-being check.
Minnesota nice.
Within every
Staff up here, they call you gentlemen. Excuse me, sir. We don't get nothing like that back home.
We call it Minnesota nice.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, we think so. Although, as any Minnesotan can tell you, there's just no substitute for your home state.
When we all will be going home.
Which is why, even through the blowing snow on the Minnesota prairie, these men can still see palm trees.
We'll be going